Good morning, everybody. This is Daniel with Peace and Plenty Farms, and it is raining, and it has been raining for 2 days, the longest, hardest rain I've seen in a long time. Must be some kind of a storm front moving through, but I'll do a real quick startup video here. I want to get this incubator going, and the doors that we were using on the other side of it last year were the glass doors from the coin shop. I just borrowed a set of doors from the display cabinet at the shop. On this side there were glass doors, so I can't really do that this year. I need to do something more permanent. I bought a piece of plexiglass. I'm going to cut that to fit here. I just took the measurement. It's 26 inches and the plexiglass is 36 by 72 and it's 66 across here. So if I just cut the plexiglass right in the center somewhere, it'll just overlap those 3 or 4 inches, and then we'll cut the top of it. I'm going to show you how to cut a piece of plexiglass with a skill saw. So let's move on down to the barn where it's not raining, and we'll gather up the heater that goes in here and the styrofoam incubator and the light, and get our temperature, get everything rigged up in here today. Let's get started on that. Okay, down here at the barn, I'm going to show you how to cut that that plexiglass, but I wanted to show you the flooding. It was running across that road right there, probably about 6 or 8 inches deep. The culvert right there had gotten clogged up. So I intend, that culvert was given to me and it's really short. And my intention is, once I get a new tractor, to put a culvert all the way through this area and through under the road and into the woods a little ways. So for right now, I've got just these little white plastic flag things and a short little culvert, and one day we'll get that switched around. But it has definitely been a hard rain. So I went out and fed the goats and checked on the sheep and all that. And when I came back through this gate here, the Hannah and Sophie followed me. So they're going to help me with the plexiglass. Now I'm certain once I fire up that skill saw, they'll be gone. But I've got to clean this hay out. It was stuff that was in the trailer, and then I just raked it out there. Now they're pooping and peeing in it. So I want to pull that out of the way, but they've got this hanging straw and some salt over there. Of course, they're checking out the pigs mainly. They have a real problem with the pigs. See Hannah looking at that pig? I'm sorry, Sophie. Sophie's just looking at that pig. Hannah, the only thing on her mind is sweet feed. And I was keeping the sweet feed, well, it's not really sweet feed, but I do have some all stock to treat them, but she smells that lamb grower and that all stock right here. And so she's trying to figure out how she can access that for herself. Aren't you, Hannah? You are trying to get a hold of that feed, aren't you? Tell the truth. She is really picky. All that grass and all those tree leaves that she has access to now that they're not tethered and tied up over there. The pigs have come to intimidate the goats. Okay, let's get, oh goodness. Sophie just reared way up on her hind legs. I think she was trying to tell the pigs something. Thought maybe she'd do it again. They're not intimidated by her, that's for sure. Okay, let's get busy cutting this plexiglass. Now, what I did is, I'm not going to run the saw while the camera's on, so you don't have to worry about me blowing out your ears with the power tools. But I want to show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll turn the camera off. So I've got to mark 26 here, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So I did not take the protective film that was on this plexiglass. I just left it on there. And so I come over here and I mark my 26, and then I can hold my finger. I find the place that, see where my finger's holding the tape measure, and I put that right against the edge over here. And I'm just going to run up and down the edge. Now this is 36 and that's 26, so I should have 10 here, and I do. I have 10 right there. But I check myself by looking at this mark, and then I can just run my finger right along the edge there and mark the whole thing, the length, the full length right there. Okay, now I'm not going to run the skill saw while you're listening. I'll turn it off, but let me show you how I'm going to do this. What I do is I lift up the guard on the back side right there, and I'm going to pull the camera a little bit closer. There we go. What we do is I pull the guard up, so you have to be careful of that blade right there. And I'll start at the other end, and I'll drop the saw running down into that mark, and then I'm going to pull it backwards and cut. And as I'm coming backwards, when I get past the sawhorse right there, see how the cut will clear the sawhorse. Once I get past it to about here, I'm going to slide the whole piece of plexiglass over so that it's setting on the sawhorse. That way, when I get back here to the very end, I can take my hand off of the skill saw and grab the plexiglass right here and finish out the last little tiny bit of the cut. All right, let me pause it and we'll get it cut, and I'll show you how we did. Well, I just can't say it enough. It's raining something fierce out there, but we're going to get a few things done inside. Okay, I got the plexiglass cut, and I took the film off of it. Here it is. And I wanted to tell you, like I was saying, some people turn the blade around backwards and put it in the saw, but I don't. I just go backwards. And when you lower the saw in, don't push the plexiglass down. Let the plexiglass slowly be cut as you're moving slowly backwards. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to push it through. Sometimes when you're cutting wood, you can push a skill saw through the wood. But in this scenario, you don't want the plexiglass to be bending down by the weight of the skill saw. So if the skill saw blade is right here, you don't want to be pushing the plexiglass down because it'll flick up on you. So you want the plexiglass to stay straight, and you're just gently letting the saw go backwards in the plexiglass like that. And then I kept it supported at all times, and ear and eye safety always. Thanks for watching. Let's see what we get into for the rest of today. I wanted to tell you that that little piece of plexiglass, 36 inches by 72 inches, was almost $100 for that piece of plexiglass. Just astounding what the price of things are. Well, I knew when I fired up the skill saw that Hannah and Sophie would head on. I thought they'd head on back to their area because this is the sheep area. But then I look, and here they are. They say, "It's raining, Daddy. Look at that rain. We're going to stay in here." I think they like this shelter. The shelter that I have over there, I call it the calf pen. It's been taken over by bales of straw and hay and bags of dirt for projects that need to be done. I need to get that area cleaned out so they can have a bigger area over there. It's getting kind of small.